I'm sure that you think I'm beating a dead horse here when I keep telling people they need to prepare for the worst. Be prepared for the worst. Have 3 months worth of extra food stocked up in your house somewhere or buried outside in the backyard in cans. Something. It's better to have something than it is to have nothing. And I'm going to tell you that stores do not have giant stockpiles of food. The government isn't going to be like, oh, hey, we've got a giant warehouse full of food to feed your community that you can live on, blah, blah, blah. No. Grocery stores have such a high turnover in their food that they're getting a truck every other day or every 2 or 3 days, right? They have enough food to last 3 days. That's it. 3 days. And beyond that, when the food runs out, then it's out. And let me tell you something. I want you go back in history and look at this. I'm telling you 100% truth here. The food will run out way before the government will announce that the food is gone. Okay? The food will be hoarded by the government. The government will hoard all the food to pay our troops so that if we are in a war, that our Marines and our Army and our Navy and all of those people can be fed and they can live as long as they can. And God hope that the war ends before they run out of food for that. 1943, Victory Gardens. I want you guys to look that up. This is super important because this has happened before. We were at war. We were in a world war. And I think that we are heading to another world war pretty soon. So we were in a world war, and the government came along and said, we want all the copper, we want all the gold, we want all of the food. They took everything, and they left the people with nothing. And the people that lived in rural areas, like agricultural areas, they fended out better because there were turnips, and there were potatoes, and there were things that were still in the ground that the government did not take. But for the rest of the people, there were people that starved to death. They killed the zoo animals first, and then they rationed out the food as best that they could and killed all of them. Then they killed all the household pets. Those all died, and they ate those. And some people ate other people to stay alive. You know, a lot of people died. A lot of people died not just in the war. A lot of people died during the Depression because there wasn't anything for them to eat because the government had taken everything else. They had taken everything from the people, and they will do it again. Grocery stores have 3 days worth of food. That's it, maximum. And what's in the first few days that people start realizing there is no food, there's going to be panic. Just like when there's a big blizzard out or something like that, and people will think, "Oh my God, I'm gonna be trapped in my house for 2 weeks. I got to have enough food." So they go in and buy all the bread and all the milk and all the cheese and all the perishable stuff and all the meat, and everything's gone. And then before you know it, there's nothing but tofu on those shelves that nobody wants to eat. And then that goes because those are calories, and then it's all about calories. Okay. A few things you should consider storing up: canned foods. Canned foods will last a long time after their expiration date. Potatoes, if they're not washed. You could buy potatoes from the store, rub dirt all over them, and stick them in boxes with newspapers, and they'll last you almost a whole year. There are ways to preserve food that maybe you're not aware of, but I recommend that you do a little bit of studying for yourself. A little bit. And get yourself a gun to protect what you've got. Because people will come for what you've got. It will happen. They won't come in just one or two. There'll be like hordes of people that are banded together during times of crisis, and they will just storm your home, kill everybody, and take everything that you've got. The very best thing that you could do would be to buy a little plot of ground. Don't tell anybody about it, and put a cellar in there and in the ground, like not even a bomb shelter, but like just a cellar. Cover it up with sod so that you know it's there and nobody else does, and tell no one about it. Make that a secret place that you and your family can go to. You know, it's going to get out of hand. It's better to be prepared than not prepared. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.